Good morning. Today is Monday, the 24th of February, 2025, 2025, and the time now is 8:26 a.m. in the morning. My name is the Bull of Lewisham, or the Black Bull, or Miller. When I was with my son's mother, the relationship ended in 2009, probably around about maybe 2006, 2005, 2006. I went to her church. And it was in I'm trying to think where it was now. It's not a familiar part of London that I'm familiar with, but it was in northwest London, and it wasn't Park Royal, but it was some far place. I can't remember exactly where it was now. Anyway, this West Indian man, probably a bit younger than me. Like I'm 55. Like he was probably to do I'm saying I'm 55 now. He was probably 40, early 40s. No, probably it's probably yeah. Early 40s. He done this speech, this talk about wolves in sheep clothing. Wolves in sheep clothing. He done this. He went up by the altar, but not. I don't know if they had an altar, but he went up on the rostrum in the church, and he done the speech. Wolves in sheep clothing. And I thought to myself like, that's a bit deep though, still, isn't it? Wolves in sheep clothing. I didn't understand what he was talking about. I understand it now. I didn't get it. I didn't understand what he was making. What wolves in sheep clothing. I thought to myself, isn't that the whole Bible? Isn't that the whole religion Bible thing? Isn't it like we're the wolves in sheep clothing? Isn't it like Satan is assuming, adopting God's demeanor? Isn't it like you think that it's God, but it's the devil? Wolves in sheep clothing, the wolves in sheep clothing. So you may not agree with that, but that's what I always thought. Like that's the whole battle in religion, in spirituality, is like the devil and God, the demon and the angel, isn't it? So, you know, what appears as one thing is really another thing. That's another thing in religion. You think it's one thing, and it's another thing. It's an evil thing, but you don't know that at the first instance. You learn that later on. So anyway. Yeah, he done this thing, wolves in sheep clothing. I was like, right, it's a bit deep still. Wolves in sheep. I thought, what did he mean? What did this guy mean by this? Wolves in sheep clothing? Because I was in the church now with my ex-girlfriend. I was in there. I can't remember my son was there. We were sitting there. I was like, right, it's a bit deep there. Wolves in sheep clothing. I think like wolves in sheep clothing. I think that with him now. I think with him. He's probably very successful. He's in the church now. He's been there 10, 15 years. He's got a mortgage. He's got a nice job now. He's earning between 50 to £100,000 a year. He's married now. He's got a family. He probably came from the hood, or he knows about the hood. He knows about the rap stars and he knows about it. But he's kind of dumped that now. He's dumped that now. He's put that in. He said that shit. All that stuff is shit. He's put it in the bin now. So he's up on there now. He's talking now. He's preaching to me, and he said to me, "Oh, well, the sheep clothing." So now he's like really successful now. So he doesn't have to work. He's like carrying the world. So he's successful emotionally, physically, financially, and spiritually. Imagine that, all them levels. So he's flexed now. There's no negativity in his flex. He can go anywhere he can go. So that if he goes say that he goes Huddersfield, and he don't know nobody there, he can just touch base with his church foundation, and they'll send him like emails and this and that, big him up, like make him feel like he's loved. So he never has no doubt. So God don't give him no test. He don't get no test to say, well, should I go and pray in my room, in my yard? Should I pray for like 10 minutes and send up a prayer to the Jehovah? He's not on that flex. He's wherever he goes, a positive. You follow me? Something that that's a bit deep still. Because that's not really life. But anyway, something could like, the wolves in sheep clothing. What does he mean? Because I don't know if he's talking about me. He couldn't be talking about me because he don't know me. Because I'm just sitting there, I'm just a member. I'm a visitor to the church, but I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, it's a bit deep still. It's kind of like philosophical, isn't it? So I'm there now, I'm thinking, right, wolves in sheep clothing. I mean, like, as far as I'm concerned, looking at me, the bull of the black bull. I call a spade a spade. And what that means is, as I see it, I call it. As I see it, I describe it. I speak it as I see it. I don't use no fancy words or dress it up. What I see, that's what I see. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what I see. That's what I say. That's what I see. That's what I say is what I see. I don't twist the words or play with the words or try and dress it up to something else. No. So he said wolves in sheep clothing. I think, brother, you want to look at yourself.